Well, hello, late shifters. Welcome to episode 14.
Yep.
With Dan
Happening right at the time of episode 13.
No, it'll at least hours before that.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
If you missed us last week, it's just because I didn't upload the video like I thought I did. So,
No, you said you did. You said you did upload it.
well, I was speaking in their experience.
Oh,
Clearly I
understand.
did upload it.
Right.
At least I clicked upload and it got a percentage of the way finished. I
Well,
thought.
you have the intention of doing it, which means you did it.
So what I think actually happened, Cam, was the way we do this on Zoom, the file has to render after the meeting ends before I can upload it. And my computer froze during that process. And I restarted Zoom so it would re-render. I was like, oh no, did we lose it? And I think my tired brain thought that was me uploading it. So when that finished, I was like, good, I'm done. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm remembering exactly what happened.
Finished. Perfect. Well, I'm glad we got that on camera and tape.
Yeah. Well, getting to this week, I have what some would call a chest cold, where I just want to cough constantly, but just like a little bit. And I've had this for like, I don't know, 5 days.
So perfect time to record.
And it's made me miserable because I'm not sick enough for anyone to like be like, oh, you're sick, I'm sorry. But I feel miserable just enough to like, it's like that terrible line of like, I shouldn't struggle, but I'm so frustrated, but I should be fine, but so let's get down to how every part of my life is like this. So this last week, I started 2 players that scored less than a point.
That's tough.
We started George Pickens against the number 1 points allowed defense in Atlanta. He had
Which we thought was like a smash start.
Yep,
I'm pretty sure we even like made fun of Atlanta. I think
we
a little
benched
bit.
Donovan
Well,
Peoples-Jones for George Pickens because it was an obvious play.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
obvious.
obvious.
And so he had 1 reception for 2 yards. And I
It's
started
0 at halftime.
and
So technically his second half was better.
I put Jeff Wilson in because experts recommended it. I know San Francisco's tough, but I was like, I don't need a lot from him. And they'll probably have to throw the ball to him to win the game. And they did throw 1 long pass to him, which was not accurate. Otherwise, he had 1 rush for 3 yards. He had 1 rush for 3 yards. And so I thought to myself, well, at least I started Cole Kmet, 72 yards. Fields had 2 interceptions. That probably won't come back to bite me. I have 2 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo breaks his ankle or whatever. Whatever. It's probably fine. After the Sunday morning games, I was down by 35 points and all my players had played. And so I was like, all right, at least I'm going to get blown out. Oh no, Dallas comes back and scores infinite points and makes it so it comes down to the very last play, whether or not I win.
No.
And what happens? Dallas picks up and runs in a touchdown on a strip sack that gets called back, and I lose by 4 points. I would have won the game if they hadn't called that strip sack him down at the 4-yard line instead of it a touchdown. Not to mention if I had started Donovan Peoples-Jones for either of them or Daniel Bellinger for either of them. Lost by 4 points. Thoughts? What, Charlie? How do you make ice? You freeze, you make water really cold. Or you play fantasy football and you take the stuff that's produced in your heart and put it on paper. That's freaking ice.
Yeah, I was gonna say you feel pretty frosty right now, so
like this is just the worst possible outcome. Also, Garrett Wilson coming back to haunt me.
Yep.
If I had just listened to my heart, I could have had Garrett Wilson. Anyway, everything went poorly for me this week. Gus Edwards, 0 points. Jameson Williams, at least they got a target.
Well, and I mean, at least they did that on your bench.
If I'd started Jared Goff, I would have won. But I switched to Fields because you have to start Fields. Would have won. Yes,
I mean,
Charlie?
Fields wasn't bad.
Yes, Charlie? Whoa, cool. Yeah, and then go back to him. Cool.
And like Fields started out really hot.
Oh, yeah,
and
he had
then-
that huge rush.
Right.
It
And
was
then
it was the 2 interceptions that were killer.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, but even so, like their second half, like they really didn't, as like they got to 19 points and then they were just like, we're gonna stay here
Yeah.
for the
it was-
rest of the game.
It was a great start for a lot of my players, and then everybody pooped the bed. I mean, even McCaffrey dropped a touchdown. Jamal Williams started so hot, ran
Yeah.
like first play of the game or whatever, like first drive, ran in a touchdown, and then they gave him one more shot and then went to Swift.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the tough part because DeAndre has all the ability, so he's gonna get carries, but like you just, yeah, that's
So,
a tough one.
anyway, it was brutal. The good news is we're still in 8th place, baby. And so we need All Out Bubblegum loses this week. We're guaranteed a playoff spot. Or if we win.
Okay.
Or if we win and one of these guys loses, we're guaranteed in.
Right.
Or if we outscore these guys by enough to put us above, we win. And we do the same thing. You know what I mean?
So
Like
there's just one more week then?
there's one more week.
Okay. And who's all out of bubblegum playing?
Let's look here. So this is this week. Next week, Bubblegum's playing Duke's Dynasty.
Okay.
La Lucha is doesn't matter. Jaden Iberg's playing Losing with Style.
Okay.
Kamish is going against Najee.
Wait, are we sure about that? Because that's showing you against.
Oh no, this
What
didn't
you
work.
say?
Why did it not update? Thanks for nothing. Why does that not change?
I don't know.
I love. There we go.
Oh, there. Okay, perfect.
Okay, I was gonna say that's not what I remembered.
Yeah. Okay.
So Jaden's playing Deliberate Dominator. While
Okay,
Lucha's
that's
against
good.
Kamish. So he'll probably win.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. He's got to update his team.
Oh shoot! No, all out of bubblegum is playing Najee.
Yeah. So we gotta win.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's not looking great. Considering all he has to do is play any tight end. Although he's playing Leonard Fournette and Rachaad White right now.
Against San Francisco in San Francisco, that is.
I mean, it's been a fine strategy,
Yeah.
but I don't love that strategy against them.
No. Well, and he's got Debo as well.
Yeah, things could roll
Which-
our way for sure.
Yeah.
We
I
need
don't
Jer
like
Bear.
that Mahomes versus Denver situation though.
We need Jer Bear to really show up against Minnesota. Teddy Bear Williams to really show up. I mean, at least this is happening.
When you said infinite points,
We almost
this
got
could
infinite
be
points.
the week of infinite points.
We almost got infinite points last week.
right.
I watched Matt Ryan throw interceptions on 3 straight possessions, I think. So, I just don't know what to do about this flex position, right? Like We got to keep rolling out Jamal. It just gotta.
Well, and that being said, like, do we put Donovan Peoples-Jones back in?
I think we kind of have to.
Because I think he's going to get more targets, you would think.
I don't know that he is, but he's returning kicks, punts now. And in this league, that's just points. I would like
that's true.
I would like to highlight something quickly. So last week I played against this team, and DeAndre Carter, look at his box score. 1 reception, 14 yards. He has 7.5 points. Because he got 112 return yards. That is the worst play ever. But he got freaking 130. I would have won if he just got
scoring,
this.
Dan. Just standard scoring.
I would have won if you take out those return yards. If I had known Peoples-Jones was returning kicks, you think I might have started him? Stupid.
Maybe, yeah, I think you would have.
Stupid. I hate this
Well,
league.
now we know, and we can start him.
Yeah, and he's not going to return a thing because they're not going to punt to him because he just returned a kick
we're
for a
chasing the
touchdown.
points, Dan. But that's what you got to do. You got to chase those points.
All right, so then here's our question: what do we do? Right, we've got Jared, we got Ayuk, we got McCaffrey. Those are our benchmarks, right?
Yep.
Do we go back to the George Pickens well? Are they going to feed the squeaky wheel against Baltimore? Do we dare do the Peoples-Jones against Cincy and Pickens? I feel like we got to ride the Deonta Foreman train against Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle does have problems stopping the rush, and he did.
I mean, I know he's like an every other guy, but I gotta hope that he becomes, final form.
Well, and with their quarterback issues, I mean, he's going to get carries.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, you don't trust Sam Darnold? Did you hear that Baker Mayfield is getting released?
Yes. Did you know? I heard that he went to the Rams.
I thought he was going to go to the 49ers and follow me everywhere I go.
No, I heard this morning that he was going to the Rams.
I heard that
picked
too.
him up on waivers.
I heard that too because Matty Ice has some spinal cord issue, might be done forever. That's just a rumor, but like it could be career-ending spinal cord injury.
Oh. Well, good thing he got a Super Bowl last year.
Right? He did it right.
Yeah.
Get him out.
Dang, no, I hadn't heard about that. Wow,
Yeah.
No wonder that. I was wondering why they picked him up because I didn't think it was going to be that long, but
it's not confirmed, but there's some sports doctors that have been saying that this was a possibility. And then when they announced that Baker was getting picked up, they said this would put more evidence in the camp of this injury.
Well, or they're just hedging their bets and
Yep. Either way, it's like free money. Cool, Baker, that's fine. He sucks. We'll take him. Speaking of sucks,
yeah.
Do we just ride, whatever the experts say, or do we actually have an opinion here?
No, I think we got to run with Foreman. I think we swap out Peoples-Jones for Pickens. I don't like Pickens against Baltimore. And then put Deontay in instead of him.
Oh, this is what he does.
Right.
He's going to have a good game. And then he's going to crater against Carolina.
But you're right, because that wouldn't make any sense. And so, yes, that's probably what's going to happen. You're right.
Uh-huh. All right, well, I'll agonize over this later. I just don't like, since he's actually good against wide receivers, so this scares me.
Yeah, but like we were saying, it's not even his wide receiver stuff that you were putting him in for.
Yes,
Return. I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
We're
I'll-
gonna be wrong either way.
Yeah, I'll keep thinking about that one.
Yeah,
I
and
don't,
you'll flip through them and you'll change them a few times. That's
I
why
don't
we
hate
call it
George
relationships.
Pickens. I just don't know why they didn't throw him the ball. Like, he hasn't gotten two.
Well, yeah, and it's like against objectively one of the worst pass defenses that he's gone up against, and they decide this is the week we don't throw him the ball.
Yeah, I can't imagine it happens 2 weeks in a row. But
Yeah.
if it's gonna be rainy, maybe that's my answer, right?
Yeah.
Rain and snow with a high of 44 to 40. I don't know. Anyway, we'll come back to that.
Well, my worry there, because if Lamar isn't able to go, like, what does Baltimore do on offense?
Oh
And
yeah.
do they try to turn that into just like a churn fest of running? And you really like, I feel like those are the kind of trap games that like
Yeah.
Pittsburgh then goes, oh, if you're gonna run the ball, then we need to run the ball and we need to like feed Najee all day long, even though he's not that good.
You okay?
Feels itchy.
Okay, then give it a little itch.
No, it's itchy.
Okay, give it a little scratch.
No, but when the clicker, it's actually scratching it kind of a bit itchy.
Hmm. Thanks for telling me. I'll see if I have something I can help with. Okay. Oh, that leads us to a really important question. Gus Edwards really came up big last week.
Yep.
That big 6 carry, 12, yard game. Can we drop
Uh-huh.
him? Are we done with Gus?
Who else is out there?
Is the bus? Well, here's the thing. Here's the
Well,
deal.
the bus might be out of gas regardless.
If we say the bus is broken down, then we might not have to roll out Danny Boy. You may bring this.
This one is actually a part.
Yep, you can bring them. We don't have to roll out one-eyed Cyclops Danny Boy. We could pick somebody off waivers.
Who's out there?
Dawson Knox and David Njoku got dropped again.
I think we've got to try for Njoku again.
I think you're right.
I think we got to try for it. He's gonna bounce back.
So we gotta we gotta drop somebody because we got Jameson Williams coming off IR. And there ain't no way in the hottest place that exists I'm dropping Jameson Williams.
No, you've carried him so far. You're gonna carry him across the finish line.
I learned my lesson with let's see, Kenneth Walker, Brian Robinson, Garrett Wilson. Who else did I drop? Countless other names throughout.
Yeah, well, I mean, you dropped Justin Fields and I made you pick
Yeah.
him up again.
Yeah. No, I did that out of the goodness of my heart. Remember? I said, just for you, I'm picking up Justin Fields.
Yeah, because I told you to do it. And then he turned into amazing.
Oh man. All right. So all right, let's just drop this guy.
Yeah, just get rid of him. Gus Bus is done.
How do I bloop? Goodbye, Gus. Peace. All right, so Gus is gone. So now the real question for us is we plop this guy into our bench. Wait, no, I just dropped Gus Edwards, you stupid game. Yeah, I don't care if my changes are not saved. I dropped him.
Does it have to like wait until the next day or something?
No. Drop. Drop Gus Edwards.
How many times do you have to do that?
You have
Okay, there we-
successfully dropped Gus Edwards. All right, Jameson Williams on my bench. So now the other question is,
Well, you can drop Daniel Bellinger for David Njoku.
yes, do we care about James Cook?
What's he done?
He's started to look okay. He had 14 carries last week. He plays for the Buffalo sports team.
Well, the Jets have a good, like, I don't like him against the Jets.
Oh no, but if he delivers against the Jets, he's not going to be out there again.
Yeah, but I
So-
don't see him delivering against the Jets.
Well, obviously not. But last time I said that, the guy blew up, and then we couldn't pick him up because we weren't high enough on waivers. This is the question. And so, in reality, what we're asking is, do we want to roll the dice on James Cook, and drop someone who's on bye like Cole Kmet to pick up next week, or do we want to carry Cole Kmet through the bye and plan on playing him over potentially, you know?
Well, I think we keep Komet because I think somebody might pick him up if we drop him because he's been decent. Now that you've got your IR slot available, you can put Kyle Pitts in IR again.
Oh man, I should do that. Him and Mooney, get him back on the roster.
Yeah. Bring him back. Be like, I know you guys are injured. Come on board. Just come on. We'll carry you. It's all good.
The fire's welcome. It's warm. All right. I feel like you really want us to keep what's his face, so that's fine.
I think we keep Komet. I mean, if you wanted to get Jared Cook, we could do that.
Hi, Charlie. Thank you. It's a good hug. What? Yeah, mine too. So Njoku hurt his knee, didn't play last week. He is presumably feeling better and trending in the right direction. I still feel better about him than Dawson Knox,
Yeah.
because Dawson Knox, what? Like put up the big fat 0 and then goes against the Jetty Jets.
Yeah, he just isn't getting targets. They throw to the wide receivers, and
Do we even want Dawson Knox?
I don't think we do.
Great. So let's go for David. This will guarantee that that Bellinger goes bananas against Philadelphia. I'm fine.
And
with
isn't that better?
Oh, dude, don't get me started on this week. I do not want to talk about ties in NFL football or the failure of the New York Giants to deliver on what should have been a win like 12 times. So
I'm with you there.
just makes me cuckoo bananas, but it's fine. Could have been worse. We could have lost.
Yeah.
Why
loss
why
would have
can't I
been
change
worse.
this? I want to change this to 1. I hate this stupid app. Okay, we're done with that.
Oh, how did our weekly picks go?
Yes. Let's look here. We ended up worse than everyone else except for Colt Boy at 11 or 10 versus 11. So we fell one more behind.
Okay. Well, that's not too bad then if we're only one more behind.
We blew it on the Jets. Thanks, Cam.
I specifically didn't want to pick that one. You
Um,
picked that one.
Yeah, I know. I just
Okay.
wanted to say thanks, Cam.
All right, yeah.
Really, it was this.
You really should be thanking Braxton Berrios.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, it was the Miami game, right? Like we should have known. We should have known. But nobody saw any of the other things coming.
No, I would agree. Yeah,
And we
we
caught-
probably should have gone with San Francisco.
We got the pick game. Yeah, I learned my lesson. Start quarterbacks who are like eighth stringers look good for a minute, which has me terrified for San Francisco this week.
Yeah,
But let's make our picks for this week
yeah.
and then see what
I'm
else
excited.
Cam has to add.
We'll talk about the World Cup for just a little bit.
All right, do you want to lead us off or do you want me to lead us off?
Oh,
Me,
well, you
you,
led off
me,
last time,
you.
right? So I'll lead off this time.
All right. It's a toughie.
Well, I can't see him yet.
Oh, well, still, that makes it harder.
Yeah, I suppose.
But if you start off, this means that you have to pick Minnesota. Do you want me to just do 2 in a row when we get there?
No, I want you to start.
All right. Vegas is getting a win.
Yeah, that's fair. It's in Buffalo. I say Buffalo takes that one.
Yeah.
They bounce back.
I hate everything Cleveland stands for, so we're gonna go with Cincinnati.
I like that this one is probably easily the most simple decision you could possibly have. And we are going to smash those Cowboys.
They might just sit Dak and Zeke and CD and
They
just
don't
let their
need to play an
defense play.
offense.
Yeah.
They'll say, you can have the ball every time and we'll still beat you with our defense.
They'll just direct snap to Micah Parsons. That's how they start the game, just to say, this is what it's going to be like when you get the ball too.
Yep.
All right. Well, Detroit, Minnesota. Last I heard, Detroit was favored.
Yep.
That is insanity. I'm riding it. Let's go.
Okay. That works.
I want this to be a great game.
You know what? Yeah.
I hope for the sake of all my Minnesota friends that Minnesota shows out. But this is the kind of, did you see Dan Campbell's press conference?
No, I didn't.
He goes, you're going to knock us down. We're going to bite your ankles and we're going to get back up and you're going to knock us down. And we're going to bite at your knees. We're going to take a knee with us. And you're going to knock us down. We're going to come back up and take another knee. And you're going to knock us down and we're going to pull off another pound of flesh. And we're going to keep getting up every time you knock us down stronger. Like he went on with the analogy for like 35 seconds.
Dan Campbell is so weird.
It was
So
amazing.
weird.
Because he was dead serious.
Yeah.
More passionate than any human being has ever been about anything.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is the game. Detroit's going to win because Jameson Williams is going to have a 170-yard touchdown. So
Okay. I'm going to flip the script here. I'm saying it's Jacksonville.
ooh,
I think Jacksonville takes this because I think Tennessee is going to take them lightly.
yes, I'll be right there.
And I think Jacksonville bounces back. I think they played really bad. I think they're going to bounce back. I think they're going to win this one because
All right.
Tennessee is going to be thinking about how they lost to Philadelphia.
It's a bold move. I
I
think there's almost no chance you're right.
I
But
realize that, but I just really want to be right on this because then I could say I said it when nobody else did.
yeah, it's great. We're only going to fall more behind, but I'm fine with it.
It's okay.
I want so badly to pick the Giants, but it's just not going to happen. It's just not. So if it happens, I will not care that I missed. No one is picking the Giants. This is chalk.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
This one's actually a little tough.
Yeah,
Do you want the three-legged dog or the blind cat?
yeah, right? Like, which one do you think fights its way out of a sack better? I don't know. I'm gonna go with Baltimore.
Okay.
This is one of those weird divisional games.
Yeah.
They'll find a way to win.
Yeah.
Just
I
like
would've-
they found a way to win last week.
I would have gone with the home team, but I respect the Baltimore toughness.
See, we picked too many favorites. I think we need to mix up a little bit. And I know where you're going on the next one, so I knew I had to get another underdog pick in.
Home team.
Perfect. Mr. Unlimited.
See, Cam, it's you mean unlimited.
Yeah,
You gotta-
sorry.
You gotta stretch it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're right, but we can't afford to fall further behind. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
This
This one's a little tough.
one's tough. I hate Tampa Bay right now, and San Francisco's defense is too good.
I just have no idea what Mr. Purdy Good slash he was the last pick in the draft. What is that,
Yeah.
Mr. Irrelevant?
But the fact is that they're gonna work in, like, obviously Christian McCaffrey is gonna be. They might just direct snap it to Christian McCaffrey.
He might
'cause
play
can throw the
quarterback,
ball.
Yeah.
He can throw the ball. So I think Shanahan is going to be good enough to beat Tampa Bay.
All right. I think Seattle beats Carolina because Carolina's Carolina. This is the kind of game somehow Carolina wins, but
Yeah. I'm gonna say we keep rolling. We pick Miami again.
Yeah.
That Chargers defense is not the same as the 49ers defense.
no, and Miami's gonna be mad.
Are they staying over on the West Coast too?
Probably.
I
This is
would,
I guarantee this is a Jeff Wilson game
yeah,
on my bench.
smart.
Arizona's the worst. I think they probably are the better team, but
But they're proving that they can't beat anyone right
they're
now.
the worst. So I am fine with that.
Yeah,
All right.
I think that's fair.
Charlie asked if I would tuck her in.
Okay.
Should I do that now, or do you want to say a few words and then I'll go?
I'll just say a couple things about the World Cup.
Okay.
I've been watching a few of the games. I always say this where I'm not going to get excited about it, and I anyway. So I thought it was hilarious because I love like reading all of the reports from the reporters during like the group stage who clearly do not pay any attention to soccer whatsoever until the World Cup. So like every 4 years. And what they invariably end up doing is if the US plays halfway decent, they're like, oh my gosh, we could do this if we could get past and like I remember reading one where like a guy was talking about how we outplayed England. We didn't. We did not outplay England. It did end up as a 0-0 draw, and we did have more corners than England, but we did not outplay England. And they act like, oh, we're gonna do everything. And it's like we forget that we couldn't beat Wales. We beat Iran 1-0, the same team that England beat like 6-2. And yes, okay, Iran beat Wales. Iran beat Wales and we couldn't? That's weird. And then it rolls around to the Netherlands and they completely demolished the US. The scoreline, like the scoreline was not representative of the way that the game went. The Netherlands played perfectly. They wanted us to come in. They invited us in. They said, come here, pass the ball around a little bit. And then when you lose it, because you can't pass the ball very well, we'll hit you on the break. They literally have their wingers like wide open on the sides because all our guys were doing were getting funneled towards the middle. Like, and they were just leaving guys wide open. And like on their third goal for the Netherlands, the guy was literally like waving his hand like, hey, I'm over here and there's nobody. There's nobody. Like, I don't know if you watch the replays at all, but you should, because he literally was, and they do this from time to time where they will wave their hands and such, but like he was like, no, like I'm not stopping doing this because I know I'm wide open. And then he just absolutely hammered a volley home, and it was amazing. And the goal that the US scored was a complete fluke. At first, I thought that the guy meant to do it. I thought he backheeled it in, and I thought it was actually a good goal. Then I realized it came off the top of his foot and just looped around over. It was awful. So yeah, we did not deserve to score the goal because our forwards can't score, and only our midfielders can, because Pulisic is the only one that can score goals consistently. So that was fun.
I'm just watching the replays here. And looks like the US had a nice shot on goal. That was a kick save.
Yeah, okay. Yep. I'll give you that. They did have they had a couple saves.
That first goal was pretty brutal and across right into the middle of the box.
Yeah.
That's, you don't want to put your keeper in that spot. That's good.
No, the keeper couldn't really be faulted on any of the 3 goals. It wasn't his fault. It was a complete breakdown in the man marking system.
All right, looks like, wow. Yeah, both of those goals were just easy passes into the middle of the box.
Yep. And the third one is the worst of the bunch.
Like that, you can't let the ball get in there.
No.
That is like that, you stay in front of your man.
And none of them were necessarily straight off a break. Like,
no, they were in. Yeah,
the defense had enough time to like come back and get reset, but nobody got reset.
Okay, the US. Oh, that should have been a goal. Oh, it was a goal. That was an accident.
Yes, it was 100% an accident.
All right, that's good. Netherlands is back in across. Oh, there's just nobody.
Yeah,
and they're both looking at each other like you.
We're like, wait, I thought you had. No, you had it. Anyway, yeah. So that was fun, and then I'm really looking forward to watching England lose to France, because that's what they always do on the big stage. And I like cheering for England. I've been doing that for a long time now. Definitely a mistake, but at least it is like kind of the same as cheering for the Vikings.
Mhm.
Although I guess England did win the World Cup like back in '66, whereas the Vikings can't. They've never won anything. But it's kind of like that nice feeling of knowing that the team that you are cheering for, like, they won't actually win. Like, they might make it to a final, but they're not going to win. So
It's nice to have something wholesome to root for.
just the consistency.
Hey,
It would be a shame if the consistency weren't there.
after watching the Great British Baking Show, I have nothing against rooting for England. So,
Perfect.
if we had more time, I would take you into a segment called Dan's playing Path of Exile again. What build is he going to play? As I go through every video on YouTube about Path of Exile builds and literally lose my mind trying to figure out what I'm going to play for fun, because I'm insane and a crazy person. And I think it would actually make a fun segment as I do what I do over fantasy players, but with my decision for this like 2 weeks that I play this game. So maybe next week I'll give you an update on the 7 characters I started and then changed my mind.
Okay, sweet. I'm supposed to have a D&D session this weekend, so maybe I'll have some updates from that unless somebody gets sick again and then we cancel.
Well, I hope they don't get this horrifying chest fake sickness that I have.
Hopefully not.
I wish that I know it. All right, I gotta put a child to bed, so I'm gonna call it there and say thanks for joining us for this late shift episode. I hope your shifts are better than ours.
It better be.
And yeah, it certainly can't be much worse.
Yeah.
So tune in next week to find out if we got David Njoku and who outscored him on our team.
And if we remember to load up the video.
Well, on that note, goodbye.